All right, so go ahead and state your name and tell me what I'm looking at. What is your ride?
So my name is Nathan. I go by Pinto more commonly, and this is my 2004 Nissan 350Z. The car originally actually was an auto, and now it's a manual swap. I didn't do the swap. A previous owner did it, and it's been a bit of a hassle to fix, but nonetheless, it's been enjoyable. The car is two-tone wrapped. It's the top half is red black, and the bottom half is white. It's like a satin white kind of, so it's a little bit different from normal gloss. And at the most recent car show for local car scene, I decided, you know what, let's go there and let people ride all over the car. It's a little bit daring, seeing people run your car, but it's all a wrap, and I've been needing some reason to take it off to see the paint underneath.
Now, I was just gonna say that you've let people ride on their cars, and it's funny because you would think with the marker and the color and the two-tone and everything, it almost looks like it's part of the wrap. You had a very cool idea. What were some of the funny things you've already read on this from some of the few people that have admired your ride?
So obviously there's the VQ slander. I don't take it personally. I think it's funny. Definitely on the rear there is written in big old bold letters MILF Hunter, and I've had people laugh at that.
I'm one, so.
Someone did write honk if you need to poop, and I've had a lot of people honk at me, and it's quite funny because it was rolled next to me like, hey, like I think it's hilarious, blah blah blah. And so there's definitely been some interesting things here and there. A lot of people's ads, which I've been made sure to make sure I get them on Instagram for when this car either gets wrapped a different color or just the wrap comes off.
That's awesome. Now, tell me, have you been a Nissan fan and a 350Z fan? What made you pick this as your project?
So it actually isn't until recently in which I've been starting to get into cars. I grew up in Japan about 14 years, and I didn't know it then, but I liked cars, and I didn't recognize how nice cars were out there. R34s just driving on the street. Here you don't see that very often. And it wasn't until this year, a lot of my friends around me were very heavily influenced by cars, and so I decided, no, I want a project car. And I literally went on YouTube, like, what's the best project car? And 350 was everywhere. And I really liked the way that they looked, and eventually...
All right, so tell me, what are your future plans for this build? Are you going to go more drift? Are you going to go more car scene or car show? What do you like to see in the future with this?
So to be honest, I'm not actually sure because gotta let your wallet speak for you sometimes. And I'm thinking...
I like that. Very good term.
I'm thinking right now, I think I'm going to keep it running as right as can. The long-term goal for this is mainly show car. And then down the line, I might get another Z and make that a drift car because, I mean, they're swung all the time, and I really like the Z platform. So I think for this car, maybe new wheels, wrap, wide body and bags, and keep a show car for a bit.
I love that. There you go. That's a good plan. What is some of your advice you have for someone building a Project Z?
Get a daily. That is what I'm suffering from very heavily. This is my daily and my project, and it's been the biggest headache ever. All my friends have dailies, and they're loving it. The fact that their project, they don't gotta wake up one morning and think, is my car gonna start so I can get to school? Daily. And you gotta recognize every step. Like, I've got big goals, but I recognize, like, hey, like, I replaced this and it'll last. Getting too ambitious is a thing.
Oh, for sure. Right? And I think people are finding that out with these Zs, but they're such a good platform to start and begin with. So I appreciate your advice. Last question, and then I'm going to go take a walk around the show. California is going to be transitioning to electrification in the next 15 to 20 years. What are your thoughts about electric vehicles and the future of the car culture?
I'm a little half on it. I have a buddy who works over at Throttle, and if you've seen some of their videos, they just made a 350Z electric. And so I'm thinking it's gonna be a shift in the car scene, definitely. I don't think we'll ever abandon gas completely, but I think there's a lot of possibility for electric cars. I love the way the car sounds and just gas cars in general, because you can't hear electric cars, but there's going to be people out there who will innovate off of gas, and I think there will be a change, but I think it'll be a good change.
I appreciate your time. I'm going to do some walk-around shots, but go ahead and tell us your Instagram and where we can follow you.
You can find me on Instagram at pinto.7spk, and I mean, that's really where you can find me and all my friends. And also shout out to 7 Spoke Media. small group that just started, and you'll be sure to see my car there and a lot of my other friends there.
Love it. Thank you again.